Travel can and should be a truly pleasurable experience. But typically the focus is not on the travel itself, but on the destination. The trip is only a means to the end. However, the Torah dedicates a considerable amount of the Parsha this week to describing the 42 journeys that our ancestors took in the desert. Places that can hardly be identified nowadays. Even the name of the Parsha is Masei, which means travels. Why so much emphasis on the journey? In fact, the end goal was merely to reach the land of Israel. Let's just focus on that. The answer is profoundly simple and deep. The Torah tells the Jew, Masei, keep moving. You reach one station in your service of Hashem, and it's really good, but don't stop. Look for the next journey. Find a way to advance yourself even further. God is infinite, and so is your Jewish soul. Although the Mishnah in Pirkei Avot says, Eizeu Ashir hasameach bechelkoi, who is wealthy? He who is happy with his lot. That's only a noble trait in material matters. But in the spiritual realm, a Jew should never say he is content. Rather, he must always strive for higher and even higher. The great Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz of blessed memory was an accomplished scholar and a prolific author. He once wrote the Rebbe that he was holding down 3 full-time jobs: scholarly writing, outreach work in Russia, and a network of schools in Israel. Since it all seemed like too much for one person, he wanted to know what to focus on and what to cut back. In typical fashion, the Rebbe responded, continue to do all these things and do more things and work even harder. At first, Rabbi Adin was shocked because he knew the Rebbe understood him. He knew he was honest with his self-assessment. So what was the Rebbe telling him? But then, using his own expertise in science, he explained the Rebbe's answer using the law of physics. When one applies massive amounts of pressure to an object, the molecules collapse, and the very nature of the object changes so that more mass can fit inside it. So too, the Rebbe was telling him, you think you're full to the brim, but if you add more, your very nature will change. You'll become bigger, and you'll be able to do even more than you think. This is the message of Masei. Yesterday's trip was good for yesterday, but don't limit yourself to that. Today, add more, and move on to even bigger things. Wishing you and yours a Shabbat Shalom u'Mevarach.